What is the sign that this dude is not to be trifled with?
One of the best pieces of advice my grandfather gave me is don't get into fights with men with strong necks, girls who grew up with brothers, and short guys with broken ears, and if you do, stop and ask yourself how beaten down that son of a bitch can be. I made sure this was all true during my martial arts class, and the moment at the beginning of the relationship I tried to grope my wife, it was a mistake. The most striking sign for me has always been that during a conflict, the person looks around and the opponent is standing in his face yelling or proving something, but he doesn't even look at him. Instead, he looks up or to the side, which means that some unhealthy shit is about to happen. If you are yelling at someone and proving something and the person is looking past you to the back or to the side, it means something is about to happen.
Some people have certain behaviours that signal that they're not to be trifled with. In the 8th grade, as a loser, I accidentally became friends with a 7th grader who grew up in a very unfavourable environment. As soon as I began to communicate with him, they suddenly stopped bullying me, and my friend did nothing for this. I knew that he was a tough guy, but during the time that we spent together, he never raised his hands to anyone. Usually he just turned to the offender, took such a pose and acted like that, after which the conflict ended abruptly. So I always remembered that. And now that I see a guy acting like that, I think he's cool.
Maybe it's kind of a cliche, but in my experience, cellists who scream hysteria, stomp their feet, and try to intimidate you are not the ones to be feared unless you're in a relationship with them, in which case, get the hell out of there. Of them. You need to beware of quiet, calm, non-hysterical people. If you manage to get such a person crazy, run fast.
This is something like a loud and always barking dog. You need to beware of dogs that do not bark. In general, in battle, one should not underestimate any opponent. I had a big friend who worked as a bouncer in a bar near the military camp. He said that they were afraid of everyone they saw. Big, muscular, strong, small, thin, short. Some small guy could be a melee or representative of some exotic martial art. He said that once he had to fight with a guy who was 15 cm shorter than him and weighed less. As a result, this guy beat him so much that he did not go to work for a couple of weeks.
If you can't tell by looking, then don't fight anyone. I wanted to say that as a rule. It is better not to enter into a tough conflict and fight with anyone at all. And if it still smells like a fight, but at the same time you can't recognize the signs of whether it's worth fighting with this person or not, then it's better not to fight and get out of here.
There are different types of people you shouldn't mess with. However, in this thread, most of the talk is about those people who will fuck you in a fight, but there are also those who will set fire to your house in the dead of night, or those who will invent and spread vile rumors about you and make others believe in them.